なんていうの、ラグジュアリーでいいの。
As the Motorfest archivist, I had the privilege to be invited by prestigious European car manufacturers for a special visit. This was the beginning of my European tour, and the starting point for your new car culture experience. My journey would let me spend time among the finest machines the old continent has produced. French elegance, German peak engineering.
Welcome to the Porsche Museum. First and foremost, Porsche is something you have to drive. You have to sit in, you have to feel. If you sit in the car, then you directly recognize this is a Porsche.
British craftsmanship.
Experience the bike that we already love. Character, performance, detail, quality, style.
I'll relate my journey for you, and for my archives. These are my luxury chronicles.
おー、フランスジェンティオートモバイル、合ってんのかわからん。4分7秒223以内でフィニッ
My
シ
trip
ュ。
back to Europe would lead me first to France, with a schedule full
France.
of promise. I couldn't wait to meet the people from Bugatti, embodiment of French car luxury, and spend time with some of the most brilliant machines in the country. But my very first meeting was with an equally interesting manufacturer and a rather peculiar car. Genty Automobile and their first creation, the Akylone.
へー、かっ
My
こいいじゃん。
European journey was starting far from the buzzing cities, in the small village of Saint-Yor, in central France.
普通にかっこいいわ。4分7秒ね。
When you get these notes, driver, you'll be driving the roads
Oh,
of
すごい
Maui in
な。
the very cars I'm riding
白
now,
かい。
to get a proper French luxury feel without leaving Hawaii or the festival.
白と上が緑。やべやべやべやべやべやべやべ、ちょ普通に車見てたわ。
The Akylone and Genty Automobile was such an interesting starting point for my tour. A newcomer to the French luxury car market, and their very first machine. This was very exciting.
いきなりブガッティが来るかと思いきや違いました。
I got to learn everything I needed to know about this car. A car born from the passion of a creator who dreamed of building his own luxury hypercar with 4-figure horsepower and an unparalleled power-to-weight ratio from scratch. By the time you, driver, get my notes, the result should be in your hands.
あれこんなメーター違ったっけ？イベントごと違った？いや、今回だけかな。あら、大丈夫かな？タイムが怪しくなってきた。もういけた。よかっ
Excellence,
た。
rarity, and soul. The Akylone
Genty
by Genty
Automobile
Automobile.
フランスシトロエンか。レースに勝利する。かっこいいだ。うわ、後ろいかついな。で、この横からの見た目。
Despite its rare and premium nature, luxury cars can take many forms and come from many places.
うわ、すげえ。
Of course, they often come from well-established luxury manufacturers, and I was about to see a lot of these on my journey. But my visit at Genty has shown us that a luxury car can bloom from the vision and passion of a single person.
わお。
And today, my second stop in France has shown that luxury cars can also come from manufacturers that usually keep their distance from the luxury world.
わあ、やべえやべえやべえやべえ。
This stop was about a French everyday car manufacturer, Citroën, and their famous Citroën GT.
シトロエン GT ね。いやいやいやいや、
The GT is a car which, according to its main engineer in 2008, was meant to be the supercar of 2025, the same year as this European
あ、
trip.
2025年なのこれ新しいの。
Apropos. This car was originally made for a video game, but it had such an impact that they decided to make it a reality.
え、そうなの？
At the
ゲーム
time,
用に
the
作って
possibility
本
of
物を
having
作るってすごい。
GT be mass-produced was real. But in the end, the incredible vehicle would remain a concept car for the world to admire and a very privileged few.
うそ。全然油断ならねえ。 いやいやいや。やばいよこれ。いや来たー。あれもうゴールじゃない。やべえやべえやべえ。危ねえ。焦ったー。
My tour was off to a great start, and it was only the beginning.
来た。フランスブガッティパート1。パート 1。4分23秒以内。わお。何これ。
At last, it was finally time for me to make a stop in Molsheim, home of the French luxury car brand
高級車
par
ブランドね。
excellence.
ブガッティの本拠地。
There is absolutely no way I could have skipped this more than 110-year-old institution. My enthusiasm was vindicated as I got to spend some time with the legendary machine, which is the 1936 Type 57 SC Atlantic, designed by Jean Bugatti, one of the most beautiful Bugattis ever made. A car that embodies Bugatti's pioneering spirit and passion for perfection. What a pleasure it was to take this venerable machine through the picturesque countryside roads of France.
マフラーいかつくない？ 5 本。5本出しだよ。
4 units of this car were made at the time,
4台。
including a single all-black version that John Bugatti kept for himself.
なるほど。4台しかない。
Unfortunately, its whereabouts are a long-standing mystery, as that particular vehicle disappeared during World War II. Or did she?
いや、かっこいいな。
To be honest, this special moment with Bugatti was one of the highlights of my European tour, especially when you know which car they're going to bring next.
変わった。
La Voiture Noire, a direct tribute to that all-black Type 57 SC I just mentioned. One of the most beautiful and most expensive cars
豪
in the
華な
world.
車の1台。
Exclusivity,
Wow.
majesty, performance, and luxury. A car that is undoubtedly a worthy successor to Jean Bugatti's personal masterpiece. I'm pretty sure the man would have loved to see this.
テールどんなになってんのこれ。
Anyway, for me, this was the perfect end to a perfect day.
マフラーも何個 ?2、4、6、7個。やば。7個じゃ6個だ。うわー、かっこいいな。ゴール。
To you festival goers, I hope you'll
ちょっと余
enjoy
裕でした。
driving these as much as I did admiring them in their native land.
ブガッティパート2ね。3位以内でフィニッシュ。 わ、かっこいいこれは。
Day 4 of my glorious French sojourn. I was staying at Bugatti's for another day, and as the icing on the cake, Bugatti served me one last exclusive piece of art on a plate. The Bugatti Vision GT.
ウィンスロ。
Another car originally designed for the video game industry that made it to the real world, for my pleasure and yours. If you're currently driving this car, and I believe you are, be
や
cautious.
べえよ。
This car may be a jewel. Once awakened, she becomes a beast.
うわ、なんかカメラついてんの？後ろか？全然追いつかないんだけど大丈夫？よしよしよしよし、来てる来てる。2周目入りました。うそー。まだ間に合うかな。邪魔だ。無理だねこれ。一回やります。
Day 4 of my glorious French sojourn. I was staying at Bugatti's for another day, and as the icing on the cake, Bugatti served me one last exclusive piece of art on a plate. The Bugatti Vision GT. Another car originally designed for the video game industry that made it to the real world, for my pleasure and yours. If you're currently driving this car, and I believe you are, be cautious. This car may be a jewel. Once awakened, she becomes a beast.
よしよし、とりあえず1位にはなれました。ダメだここ。よし、大事な2周目。マジか。うそ。まあ1台だけ来てんのは。またここだ。あ、やべえ。
With that, my time with Bugatti and the French section of my tour were coming to an end. My next
フランス
destination,
のショーは終わった。次の目的地は